Hello friends, today in this tutorial we will be building a server-side authentication system inside Node.js using Firebase. So this is the demo of the project that we will be building here. This is a home page and this page is public. Anyone can see this page if you load the application. So if you click this profile page, here you can register, here you can log in the user here. So if I provide these details and let me also inspect element, and inside the console you will see all the response which is coming back from Firebase. So if I click login here, you will see that this record is not there inside the database. This record is not found because if I open the Firebase console, no user is found here. So first of all, we need to sign up a new user. For signing up, we have a special route which is sign up. If you go to this route, just provide an email address and a password, click on sign up, and then if you click this, you will be redirected to the profile page. So this page is private, so you are successfully signed in. So we have created a user. If I refresh here, you will see one user is added here. This is the email address. This is created on 12th July, and you can see the user ID. And now there is the option of logout. So if I log out successfully and if I try to once again go to the profile page, so it will redirect back to the login page. So I can't access the profile page because we need to log in. So if I press the login button, so we are successfully logged in. So once again, if I provide some wrong details here which the user doesn't exist, let's suppose login, so it will be telling me that there is no user record corresponding to that identifier. So we again need to sign up a new user. So this is server-side authentication. This is all handled at the backend in Node.js. So here we can just provide one other email address. Let's suppose sign up. And now you can see that this page is private. So if I once again check my Firebase console, one other user will be added here. You can see that. So this will be the authentication system that we will be developing using the Firebase admin SDK inside Node.js. So let's get started, and all the source code of this application is given in the video description. If you go to the video description, you will find my blog. This is a step-by-step blog that I have written here. You can see that with the screenshot. All the source code is embedded. You can copy paste this code here. This is the code here. So go to the video description to get the code. So let's get started by building this application from scratch, guys. So first of all, what you need to do is that you need to make a project inside your Firebase console here, and I have already made a project here. So after making the project, you need to going to this authentication field here and go to this sign in method here, and here you need to enable this email password authentication. Click on the pencil icon and then you will see enable this authentication here. So enable it and click on save. That's it. And now after this, let me just show you my text editor where I am writing this code here. So let me just delete all the code and write from scratch this application. Let me delete this views folder as well. So first of all, let me just stop the server. So these are the views which are there inside the views folder. You can see that. If I delete this, and this is a CSS, MVP CSS. So basically these are the style sheet that we will be applying here. So I have given all the source code. You can copy that. So if you just search on Google, which is mbp.css, so these are the bare bone styles which are applied to HTML elements, mbp.css. So you can download this CSS file from this link also. So that's it. So this is a minimalistic uh, set of modules that you will need. So if I open package.json, you need to install these dependency. First is body parser, cookie parser, CSURF. So we will be using this module to prevent cross-site scripting attacks. EJS will be the template engine, Express will be the server, Firebase admin is the official server-side SDK for Firebase for Node.js, and Nodemon will automatically restart the server for us. So now inside this app.js we will be making a express server by requiring it require express, and then we will be making the express app, and we will be listening on port 5000 like this. And inside the callback function we can just console log that app is listening on port 5000. So if I reload the application, to start the application we will write here npm start. You can see that, and now it will tell me inside this app is listening on port 5000. So first of all we need to load a page here when we open the home route. So this is very easy. So we just need to use a middleware here, which is EJS middleware, which is template engine. So after you initialize your app, you will use app.use. So after this, you will write here, app.engine. Inside this function, you will write as a first argument HTML, and inside the second argument, you will pass here require the EJS dependency, and inside this there is a method which is render file. That's it. And now with the help of this line we can set our EJS templates. So now if I make a get request to the home route, so this will have request response, and now we can just write here response dot render. So inside this we can have our we can pass here index.html. So inside we will create our views folder, and we will store the first view which this index.html will be. So here we will copy paste the code here. So you can copy paste the code from my blog. So this is a single anchor tag is there which will go to the slash profile route, and we are importing this MVP CSS file here. You can see that. And for this path to work, this ./mvp.css, we need to make this directory static. So just make a static directory and store this file mvp.css. And now to make sure that Node.js is aware of this directory, we just need to make this directory as static. So for this we will be using a simple line which is app.use, and we will use express.static, and here we will pass our directory name which was just static here. That's it. And now if you load the application, what you will see, if I once again go to this route localhost 5000, sorry, this is 5000. So you will see the home page. This page is public, so everyone can see this page if you reload this. And if I click this, we haven't made this route here. So first of all we need to make this route app.get slash profile request response, and we need to render out a file which will be slash profile, sorry, this will be just profile.html. That's it. And before making the profile page, we also need to implement the authentication part here of Firebase. So as I already told you, go to firebase.developers.google.com. This is a console. Just enable this sign in option of email password. After enabling it, go to the project settings here, click this option project settings, and here you need to add your own app. Let's suppose I add a app here. This will be a web application. So here you can give the app name auth app example. Let's suppose I give it, and click on register app. So after clicking on register app, you will be getting a code which will be this code. So this code you need to copy paste it. So I will just copy paste this code here, copy it, and now inside this we will make a new file. Inside the views folder we will make a file which will be login dot, or first of all we will signing up a new user, so we will use sign up dot html. So we will write the basic template here. So inside this template I have just included all the Firebase dependency, Firebase app.js, auth.js, cookie min.js. So all this code is given in the video description. So copy paste this code. Apart from that, we have this a simple form is there which has got two fields, login, password, and a button of sign up. And you need to copy paste this code right here inside here. So make a script tag here. Sorry, we need to write like this script. So inside the script we just need to paste this here like this. So these are the Firebase options. So these settings will be different for you, so you did not have to copy paste the same settings. And now we just need to write the code which will register the user for us, register the user. So this will be pretty simple. In order to do so, first of all we need to write this line which will be Firebase dot auth, and after this we need to call this method which is set persistence, and inside this method we just need to pass here Firebase dot auth dot auth persistence dot none. So basically this line generally means that we are disabling the Firebase uh, persistence, uh, so as to speak. So we are disabling the Firebase, we are implementing our own authentication system, so we are just disabling this default authentication system that comes with Firebase. So this line is very much important. After that we will select our sign up form which we have given it an ID of sign up. So this is a button, basically we are targeting the button, so we will add an event listener to it. So when we click that button, a callback function will execute holding the event object. So first of all what we need to do here is that we need to prevent the form from submitting. So we will call e.prevent default, so this will prevent the auto submission of the form. Now we will get all the values which the user has entered by event dot target dot login dot value. So basically we have given this, you can see that name attributes, login and password. So with these name attributes we are fetching these values. So next we will fetch the password in the similar fashion, event.target.password.value. So after getting the login and the password, we will invoke a method which is there inside the Firebase admin SDK, which is firebase.auth, and inside this method we have this create user with email and password. So this is a method, guys. So basically it will create the user with the specified email and the password, and we just need to pass the email and the password. That's it. So this returns a promise that we need to handle by dot then. This callback function will execute holding the user for us. So this user will be there inside this object which will be user. So this will be a arrow function. So now to get the details which is associated with this user, we will return first of all, and we will get the user ID by user dot get ID token. So this will get the user ID token, and again this returns a promise, and inside this we will get our ID token. ID token. So this will be again a arrow function, and inside this, guys, we will make a post request. So post request we will make to a route. So we will make use of fetch library which is there inside the browser. So we will provide a address to it which will be session login. So we will make this route inside app.js. So this next argument it takes is the method. So it will be a post method, and also it takes some headers. And the first header we will provide is the accept header. So this will be having a value which will be application slash JSON. The second header we will provide is content type. So content type will be equal to application JSON. Put a comma. Let me just also put this in double quotes. And also we will provide a CSRF token in order to prevent the cross-site scripting attacks, CSS attacks. So here inside this we will provide a additional field which will be CSRF token. So basically this is the advantage of using server-side authentication. You can customize your and build more secure systems. So here we will use cookies dot get, and inside this we will get the token like this. So we will provide a label to it, x token dash token. That's it. And now put a again comma here, and inside the body field we will provide this token back to the server. So json.stringify. Sorry guys, this needs to be, this is not an object, we need to straight away provide this like this, json.stringify, and inside this we need to pass our id token. That's it guys. And now 1 2 3, so this again returns a promise guys. So this is a promise, you can see that when this request is successful, this will again return a promise dot, then you need to write. And inside this callback function we will first of all sign out with the Firebase. So in order to sign out we will use firebase.auth, and we will call the sign out method. And also again this again returns a promise when this is completed. So when this is completed, when we are successfully signed out from Firebase, we will change the window location, window.location2, and assign a new location which will be /profile. So we will be redirecting the user to the profile page once the user has been successfully created. So this was the code of signup.html guys. Now we will create our profile.html file. So I will go to this views folder and create profile.html. So this will be a very simple code. You can see that just a bare bone HTML is there. This is the h1 heading, and there is a paragraph. This page is private, and there is a logout button which will go to /session logout. And you can see that this is our sign up here, sign up page. So now we just need to make this session login request here inside app.js, which will handle this post method which is coming here. So now we just need to make this, but before that we need to first of all configure some middleware inside our backend. So first of all we will take our CSRF, which is for the cross-site scripting attack. So we will require this dependency which was CSRF, and also we will have body parser for receiving the form values. So we need to require body parser. and also we need to require the Firebase admin SDK like this. And one thing I forgot to tell you, once you just initialize your project, click on continue to console. Now it will add your app here. After this, you need to go to service accounts. Go to the service accounts section, and now it will give you this code here. You need to copy paste it. Write this code here. You can see that this is the code. We have successfully copy pasted our Firebase admin. We have included it. Now just copy paste this code here. And in order to create this service account key, you need to click this option, generate new private key. So it will generate this key for you. So you will see generate key, and now you need to include this key right here inside your local folder. Rename this key to service account key.json. That's it. I have already done that, so I will not do it once again. So just after this, I will copy paste it, initialize my Firebase admin SDK like this. So the path is pretty simple. We have this path inside. You can see the file here, which is there inside service account key. So it will have all the information which is present inside a JSON file. So this is my path here, dot slash. So just change your path, and this will be the same for you, because this database URL will be different depending upon your project. So now we have successfully initialized it. So now we just need to use some middlewares, which is the first middleware we will pass app.use, which will be body parser dot json. The second middleware we will use is the cookie parser in order to store cookies. I think we haven't imported this, so you can see that we have imported this. So copy this line and paste it right before it. Include this cookie parser as well, like this. And last but not least, we also need to first of all make a new variable here, which will be for the CSRF middleware. So CSRF middleware. So this is for preventing cross-site scripting attacks. So here inside this we will call this package CSRF, and inside this we will make this cookie property to true. So inside this there is a cookie property, make this property to true, and now we just need to pass this CSRF middleware. So this is not a function, it's just a property. That's it, guys. And right here, a very important thing, we need to use this app dot all, and inside this we will pass star here. So all the incoming request, all the outgoing request. So star means all request. So we need to apply this token to it, this middleware function, request response and next. So this will be arrow function, and inside this we need to set a cookie. So response dot cookie, and we will name this cookie as XRF token. So this is just for preventing the cross-site scripting attacks, and we will provide the value which will be request dot CSRF token. That's it. So inside signup.html we are passing this token here in the headers. Here you can see that CSRF token. So when we make this post request to our backend, now this request will be passed to this middleware. So now first of all it will check if this token matches, then only the request will be made to the server. So this helps in preventing the cross-site scripting attacks. So this line is very much important. Now after this we will make our post request, which will handle the sign up process. So app.post / session login, and this will have request response, and that's it. And this will be an arrow function, and inside this, guys, we first of all need to have two things. We need to get the token, id token, and this we can do this by request.body.id token, and we can convert this to string here, to a string value. So basically here we are passing this token here, this id token we are passing. So in order to retrieve this, we are using the same value. So just you have to match this value id token. So we are requesting request.body.id token. So we are converting it to string. And now we also need to make the time also. So expires in. So this will hold the times. So this will be 60 multiplied by 60, and this will be multiplied by 24 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 1000. So this is approximately 5 days which this id token will last inside the browser. So basically you can say that this is a session time of the user. And now we will execute the backend code in order to register the user inside Firebase. So admin.auth, and then we will use .create session cookie, create session cookie, and we will pass the id token of the user, and we will also pass the time which is expires in. That's it. This returns a promise dot then. So this will have the property which will be returned to us inside this promise, which will be session cookie. So this will be a arrow function. So now we have successfully created this session cookie. What we need to do is that now we make this options variable here. So inside this options array, we will pass this max age. So what is the maximum age that you want to set? So we need to set it the time that we have specified expires in, and this will be very important property which will be HTTP only. So this will be set to true. So after providing the options, we just need to set our cookie, which is response.cookie, and we need to set the session. So this is a cookie name. You can give any cookie name of your choice, but I am choosing session here, and here I will pass session cookie and the options, and then we will return a response to the user, response.end, and here we can just use json.stringify, and here we can just pass a object status to success. That's it. So if any kind of error take place like this, so then we can send out a response.status. If this is not a valid user, we can make a 401 error and send this that you are not authenticated, unauthorized request. Authorized request. And then we can redirect the user back to the response.redirect to the login page. So that's it, guys. So I think if I reload the application, so inside app.use requires a middleware function. Let me just see. Just wait, guys, I'm seeing this. What is the problem here? App.use. admin dot initialize app. Just wait guys, let me rerun the application. Npm start. So inside which line it is telling me that. So let me just go to my blog here. So you can see this is a blog here, and let me copy paste the line here which was having this error. So mm, let me just copy paste this line guys, just wait. Let me delete this port here. We have already initialized the app here, so if I we also, let me just see if I refresh. CSR middleware has already been declared. So if I refresh it, let me just copy paste the whole file name guys. Let me paste all the routes here. And now if I refresh, you will see no error is there. So let me just eliminate the logout route. So we will implement this later on. So this was our session login. This is the home page route, and this is a profile route. So we will implement this profile route later on. So just I delete this. So when we go to slash sign up, this will go to signup.html. This will render out this page. If we go to slash login, this will render this login.html. And this was the same, that is app.all. So if I just refresh it, refresh the application, so go to the profile page. So it is showing to be that cannot get slash profile. So here we just need to go to the slash sign up route. So you can see that here. Let me just open my Firebase console here, go to the authentication tab, and here if I refresh here, let me delete all the users here. Delete account, delete, delete account, delete. So what we want here is that we can sign up user or not. So if I click sign up here, uh, so it is saying that set persistent failed. So I think it is referring to this line which we have right here, which is this line. So I think this line is creating this error here. So I can go to the blog here and copy paste this. Mm, this is a line guys. So I think this is a line which is creating the problem. So if I paste this line once again, if I go to the route here, it is saying to us cannot read property value of undefined. Mm, cannot read property value of undefined. Event, oh sorry, this needs to be E guys, not event, because I called it as E, so that is why it is creating problem. So small mistakes that tend to happen when you code, so just ignore this. So the application is restarted. If I click sign up button, so on 46th line we have again having error thing. If I go to the sign up page here, I can copy paste all the code, guys. I have shown you how to write this code, so I'm just figuring out the errors here. So there is a copy button here. Let me just paste all the code and show to you. So if I refresh here and type a password, this is the email ID. If I click sign up, so it is saying to us that profile is not found, but if I just refresh my console here, you will see one user will be added here. This is the email address you can see, and this is a user ID. Now we just need to make sure that we make this profile route inside app.js. So this will be pretty easy. So once the user open this profile route slash profile, so inside this profile route we need to check two things: if the user has the same authentication token with it or not. So this will be pretty easy, guys. So first of all we need to declare a session cookie variable, and we need to get the cookie by request dot cookies, because in the previous step we have stored this cookie inside this session variable, and if the cookie is not present then we will use a empty value. And now we need to check in the if statement. Again we need to call admin.auth, and there is inside this there contains a method which is verify session cookie. So verify session cookie, and here we will pass the session cookie which is there, which is received by the request here, and the second parameter we need to pass as true. So once again this returns a promise. We need to handle this by dot then. So this will be a callback function, arrow function, and inside this, if it is successful then we can render this to profile.html. So if it is not successful then we can cache the error and we can redirect the user back to the home page slash login. That's it. So this inside this there will be an error something like this. So now this profile route is ready. So now we will not be seeing a error. So if I go to the home page, click profile, so you will see this is a profile page. This page is private. If I click logout, so it will tell me that session logout is not implemented. So we need to make a get request to make this route session. What is a session logout? So request response. So inside this we will just need to make the remove the session. So this will be pretty easy. Response dot clear the cookie which we have stored by the name of session, and then we can redirect the user back to the login page. That's it. So this was just the logout functionality that is there. So if I go to the profile page, failed to look up view login.html in views directory. So I think we haven't created our login HTML to log in the user. So create it, create this file here, and inside this we will write the bare bone form here. You can see all the dependencies are included. This is a simple form, and inside, after the body, we will copy paste the same code which is there inside sign up as well. So we need to copy paste the Firebase authentication code here. So this code will remain constant. We also need to write this persistent line. So if I go to the login.html, make a script tag, paste this code. What happened? Sorry, this is already a script tag was created, so that is why it was creating a problem. So after this is our login form. So what we need to do is that we need to repeat the same process which we have done for the sign up process, but this time we are logging the user. So I can just copy paste the code here. So because this video will go very long if I type the same code. So if I go to the blog here, and I think this is this is the login page, you can see that, and from here on we need to copy it. So we are doing the same thing here. If I just copy paste it here, so you can see that we are taking the email and the password, we are taking the values, and then we are using this method which is sign in with email and password. We are passing the email password, and then a user will be returned to us. We are taking the ID token, and this returns in the promise the ID token of the user. And again we are making a post request to slash session login, passing these headers, passing this CSRF token. We are getting it from the cookies.get, and inside the body we are passing the token, and once again we are redirecting a user to slash profile, and now the application is complete. If I now restart the application, so if I now go to the home page, so this is the login page. You can see that if I this is a user name and password. If I click login, what is the problem here? Let me just see. If I go to console, so here it is saying Firebase is not defined. I think I need to copy paste the whole code for this to work. Click the copy button and all the source code is copied. Let me just paste it. Again, if you refresh, this page is public. Go to the profile page, click on login, and now hopefully it will redirect back to the profile page. So you can see that this page is private. So we are successfully logged in. If I try to log out, so we are back to the login page. If I need to sign up a new user, I can go to the sign up route, and here if I can just make a new email address, click on sign up, and it will go to the profile page. This page is private. So in this way you can implement the server-side authentication system using Firebase admin SDK in Node.js and Express. So thanks very much guys for watching this video.